Welcome back if you're returning. Today's video is sponsored by MOMMESILK, but we'll come to that in just a moment. I've been doing a makeover, kind of quick refresh of my master bedroom. It's not a very large room. It's got just windows on the side that actually look out onto the driveway and the neighbours next door. So I don't need them. I need them for light, but not to look out up, which causes issues. But I've come up with a great idea, cunning plan. I've had many different looks in here. Most recently I had the pink hanging from the valance, but I loved the look that I had upstairs in my spare bedroom, which was the French country, so that's what we're going with. So these were the velvet curtains that were existing. They were there mainly to keep the room warm. These windows, as with every other window in the house, does not fit terribly well, so they absolutely cut down on the drafts. And what we did was we put our dressers in front of them, which is also to help, and then the dog sort of sleeps on the floor in front of the dressers. So I knew I had to take these curtains down because the room is so dark all the time. And so this was what I came up with. These were the curtains that I had in the kitchen, so they're like neck curtains, but I lined them so it lets the light in, which is perfect for the room. Automatically made the room seem so much brighter. They just come to just below the window, which is not ideal, but it works perfectly because the dresser blocks the window anyway. I don't have to open or close them. They are perfect like this. The only issue I have is the curtain rail. So I'm going to show you, I've had a lot of requests on how I make my valances, so I'm going to do another quick video to show you how I made a valance for this bedroom. As you can see, I replaced the pink curtain above the bed. This was a quilt cover that I picked up a few weeks ago in one of my thrift hauls, and I just split it in half and threaded it through the little rod from the top and then tucked it in behind the headboard. I love the headboard. I'm keeping the headboard because it matches my lamps, which I also love. This wall was a mess. This is on my husband's side, so he bashes into all these pictures on a regular basis, so I have to change that. But let's start with my window valance tutorial. So roughly this is just to show you how I come up with the numbers that I have. So that's the window. The distance from the wall to the bracket that's holding the curtain rails up, so that protrudes out into the room, it's screwed to the wall. From the back window it's 6.5 inches, and the two side windows are 4 inches. So that's how deep I need my valance to be. I've measured down 7 inches, so the front of the valance will be 7 inches. The bracket, so it's like an L shape, the top of the valance will be 6.5 inches in the back of the window and 26 inches for the two side panels. So it's going to look like an upside down L. And then of course that L piece, the little piece at the top, is going to be 6.5 for the back window and 4 for the front window, and then 70 wide for the back window and 26 wide for the two side panels. I'm using this corrugated cardboard. You can use anything. You can use Bristol board. I just happen to have these are left over from an election that we had once. So I use batting material, glue sticks, measuring tape and scissors, and obviously I make these little out of the same material. I cut little pieces and I make little brackets that I glue together, and then I stick them. I draw the line on the wall where I want the height of my valance to be, and then I glue them all together, use a spirit level, glue that to the wall, and then glue these valances to it. So it's all very makeshift, and you can take these down when you're not using them. So I've measured everything. The front of the board, so that's the front there, is 7 inches, that's the height of the valance, and then this is the piece that will come from the wall, which is 6.5 at the back and 4 at the two side panels. So I need these panels to be 70 inches to fit the first big window. So I've glued 3 together, and then I've reinforced them with these little panels, and you can see that's exactly how it's going to fit to the wall. I put little brackets inside to hold it into that shape, and then when the time comes, once it's all covered, I just literally glue it onto little blocks that are already existing on the wall, and it holds everything in place. So here I've got some batten, and I've covered everything in the baton. The batting, sorry, not baton, batting. I've turned it over the front panel and then just above the fold. You don't need to cover the whole thing because you're not going to see the top piece. That's going to be sort of facing the ceiling, if you know what I mean. Once this is all put together, it will be the L shape, so you don't need to use all the batting over the top. It's all glued into place, and then I cover it with the fabric. This fabric is the other half of the quilt that I told you I sort of tore in half to use for the valance above the bed, and I've cut it in panels to fit my 2 side panels and my 1 back panel, which goes over the big window. Just gluing it all into place, as you can see, and then once this is all done and all the materials where it should be, I just take some extra material just to cover the back of it, so that you are looking in from the window, on the off chance you can see it from the window. You don't see the board, you just see fabric. You'll see in just a moment what I mean. This is the back of the valance. I just always cover it with a piece of extra fabric just so that it tidies everything up and you don't see any of the board. This was just a piece of extra fabric I had in my bag, and I just cut it to size and glue it straight on. There we go. You can see I've made these little brackets out of pieces of the plastic. I just glue them all together and then just glue everything down. As long as you wait long enough and reinforce everything with plenty of nice hot glue, it works perfectly. The room really has taken a change. It's so much lighter, and the French country look, especially the toile, really gives it a feel of luxury. And the funny thing is, in the bedroom, you know, we spend so much time in there, and the most important thing is the bed, and you want comfort and you expect comfort, but sometimes it's also nice to have a little bit of a pamper. This video is actually sponsored by MOMMESILK, and there's something truly transformative about upgrading to silk for nighttime routine. Ever since I switched to MOMMESILK beauty set, which comes complete with a silk pillowcase, an eye mask and a bonnet, honestly, sleep has never felt so luxurious. Unlike cotton, which can absorb moisture and leave the skin feeling dry, they use high-grade 6A mulberry silk, which is naturally hydrating. Both the pillowcase and the bonnet help to retain skin's natural moisture, reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles on your face, and also help to prevent breakage and frizz with your hair. The 600 thread count fabric is so smooth that my hair glides effortlessly over it. It means no more waking up with tangled strands or sleep creases on my face. Did you know that silk is inherently temperature regulating? It keeps you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. It also wicks away moisture, ensuring that you stay dry and comfortable all night. It's funny, I no longer wake up feeling overheated or sticky, just perfectly refreshed. One of my favourite things about the pillowcases is the hidden zipper closure. Not only does it keep the pillow secure at night, but it adds to a sleek and elegant touch on my bedding. Every night, as I smooth the soft, luxurious fabric, I'm reminded how soft and indulgent it feels against my skin, and it really gives me a 5-star hotel experience in my own home. Silk eye mask is absolutely perfect for a great night's sleep. It's buttery soft fabric, hugs my face, blocks out all the light, and really helps to promote deeper, uninterrupted sleep, which, believe me, at my age, It doesn't always come easy. It's elegant and functional, and it's so smooth and luxurious. It really enhances my relaxation. Each night as I get ready to go to bed, I take a moment to pat and dust off the silk pillowcase, smoothing the fabric before I slip under the covers. And unlike other materials that tug at hair and skin, silk is hypoallergenic and certified, meaning it's free from harmful chemicals. Pure natural beauty care. Another thing that I do before I go to bed, part of my bedtime routine, is I gather up my hair into the bonnet, knowing that when I wake up my hair will need little or no effort to style. Whether my hair is straight or curled, everything stays in place, frizz-free and smooth. This bonnet is helping to prevent breakage. It's keeping my hair and head hydrated, especially on those days when I need an extra few minutes. This bonnet is an absolute game changer. A quick touch up and I'm ready to go. It's so easy. I've always used silk pillows, but since embracing MOMMESILK, my morning mirror reflection actually tells the difference. My morning routine has become effortless. I have glowing, hydrated skin and frizz-free silky hair. These pillowcases have 18 amino acids that nourish both skin and hair, and it's no wonder that my beauty sleep has never felt or looked better. MOMMESILK isn't just a fabric, it's a self-care essential. So don't forget to check the description for the links and to use Lindsay20 for your discount. I love how the room turned out. I kept my lampshades that go with my headboard. The valance looks great. I've got 3 or 4 different toiles, but it all works together. The pictures came from the living room initially. I have taken a lot of the artwork down and I've left the room. It's given it a really light and airy feel, which is exactly what I'm looking for. The curtains and the valance have turned out beautifully. And again, especially in the spring and summer, you don't need big heavy curtains. You want light and airy, and that's exactly what I've got. This wall here where I took a lot of the artwork down, I am going to be doing another project on that. I'm going to be doing a mural of Marie Antoinette's head, which is actually a picture that I have on this wall here beside my side of the bed, but that'll be coming up in another video. But you can see how light and airy the room feels. It's just so much better. The little quilt is just for those chillier nights, just in the springtime when the warm weather hasn't quite kicked in properly. But I think you'll agree, it's certainly made a big difference to the room, and it feels bigger, it feels lighter, and that's exactly what I was going for. So you can see how I didn't show the video of me sticking these to the wall. They are just stuck on little blocks and they are glued. And then I added the navy ribbon just to give it a little bit of extra detail but everything, and I also added 2 little panels on each side just to close up the gap that you could see, but it's, and those are just glued in. You can see them there just up to the right, but wow, what a difference they make. This is the wall that I'm going to be doing the mural on, and the actual mural is very similar to the one that I saw when we were out. It is this picture I'm going to be projecting on the wall, so we'll see how it turns out, but hopefully it'll be fine. And that'll come up in the next couple of weeks. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the description for the links to the bonnet, the pillow and the mask, and we'll see you next time.